Good morning and welcome to another episode of SmartFox TV. If you like our shows, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
This is Sally, and today's segment is about Asian American contributions. As we continue to observe Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we'll be highlighting a few Asian and Asian Americans in history. First up is Larry Ichlong, a civil rights advocate who worked alongside Cesar Chavez in fighting for the rights of farm workers. Born in the Philippines, he immigrated to the U.S. when he was 15 to do farm work all over the West Coast. In just 1 year, he already began advocating for more rights and later became a union leader who helped form the Filipino Farm Labor Union. After he and his colleagues successfully led the Delano grape strike, they combined with Dolores Huerta and Cesar Chavez's union group to form the United Farm Workers. Their combined strike ended in 1970 and led to improvements for all farm laborers, including access to medical care, childcare, and schooling. Japanese-American Yuri Kochiyama was inspired to a life of civil rights advocacy for minority groups after she was sent to the Japanese internment camps for 2 years during World War II. After World War II, she and her husband opened up their New York apartment as a meeting hub for all the local civil rights activists. Among their collaborators was the famous black civil rights activist Malcolm X, whom they briefly worked with up until his untimely assassination. They continued to carry his torch and worked with other black civil rights activists. In the 1980s, they campaigned for a formal apology from the U.S. government for the Japanese internment. President Ronald Reagan later formally apologized and signed the Civil Liberties Law in 1988, giving reparations of up to $20,000 to Japanese Americans who were unfairly interned during World War II. Speaking of World War II, Chen Shengwu, a Chinese-born physicist, was a significant contributor to America's Manhattan Project and the development of atomic bombs during World War II. After the war, she was approached by Sung Dao Li and Chen Ning-yang, who wanted her help in creating an experiment about beta decay. The two men ended up receiving the Nobel Prize in 1957, but Chen Shengwu was excluded from it despite her contributions to their project. At an MIT gathering, she famously questioned the audience if they think atoms, mathematics, or DNA molecules care about treating people based on whether they're male or female. If you ever use the USB, also known as a universal serial bus, you can thank Indian-American AJ Bott, who has also contributed to many other computer technologies. The USB began to be widely used in the late 1990s and shot Bott to celebrity status in the tech world. To his amusement, he didn't expect his name to spread so widely that people would stop him to ask for a signature. We hope you enjoyed today's segment. America is a beautiful country, but it was built on the backs of many groups of people, the unsung heroes and heroines in our history. But we're getting better by learning about our past. For example, for the 150th anniversary of the Transcontinental Railroad, this original 1869 photograph, which only featured the white entrepreneurs and laborers, was reenacted by the descendants of the 15,000 to 20,000 Chinese railroad workers who helped build the railroad that connected the U.S. from coast to coast. We hope you enjoyed today's segment.
Welcome to Cartoon Trivia. On Samurai Jack, where does the protagonist get the name Jack? Was it from his parents, a group of warriors, or some random people? Be back with the answer.
Hey everyone, this is Kim and thanks for joining me for the current news. After 25 years of marriage, Bill and Melinda Gates are getting a divorce. Sources say that the divorce started in 2019, at least filing for their paperwork, and it was due to Bill Gates' relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Newsweek is reporting that restaurant signs are claiming that staff is walking out, and it's popping up across all of America. Davita Davidson shared a collection of signs on restaurant windows and on, that part where you tell what you want. She said, We're literally watching the largest labor movement in modern American history happen in the form of paper signs taped to windows of fast food and fast casual restaurants. This is Kim, and thanks for joining me for the current news.
Welcome back to Cartoon Trivia. The protagonist in the cartoon, Samurai Jack, got his name from some random people. When the samurai went into the future, the first people he encountered called him Jack, as a form of slang, which he adopted as his name. His birth name was never mentioned. Thanks for playing Cartoon Trivia.
This is Kim.
This is Tracy.
Hi, this is Sally.
And thanks for watching
SmartFox TV.
Stay foxy!